And we are joined by Salmon and Winko. And we just wait for Walker. Guys, good games, good games. And Walker's here as well now. First I'm going to start off with you, Winko. Congratulations on your process victory just now.
Thanks.
So, should I ask the first question? TurboTabs, are you timing out? I think Turbo is not with us anymore, so I will just ask away. Winko, what went better on the second map than on the first map? That's the first thing I want to know.
Well, first of all, I think the middles were pretty disastrous on Badlands on some middles, so I think we got that fixed, the focus fire on middles and handling the solis at the start of the middle. I think that was the first thing that really helped us on the process.
Yeah, I'd agree that MIPC didn't get a grasp on the mids. Why was that, Simon?
Well, first of all, Himsy hasn't really played with us. He's kind of a backup because we have a demo at the moment. So he just played this official with us. He didn't even warm up. And I guess the middle is kind of different to Badlands. We can't get good focus on it. And I don't know, we've been struggling a lot on process.
Yeah, it seemed like Himsy was overextending a lot. Would you agree?
Do you mean in middles or?
No, especially in holds. Like he got caught out a lot when the opponents had advantage, for example.
Well, he did do a lot of damage and he usually forced them, so I guess it wasn't that bad. I don't think that was a problem that he was overextending in holds or anything like that. It was just process on middles and last pushes that we couldn't do anything on.
Okay, yeah. And we analyzed, we saw that you suicided a lot on these, when you tried to push last and Tuntu suicided in and suddenly the rest of the team came in as well. What happened there? Was it miscommunication, Simon?
Well, at one point we tried to suicide 2 players, I guess for the fourth, then one died and then I guess the other was already caught out, so we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it happened multiple times. I wondered what was the reason. I mean, of course you can try to bait out a push, but it seemed...
Yeah, we failed on last pushes really hard, so yeah.
And Winko or Walker, maybe Walker, what went... how did you organize that block on when Torson backcapped last? That was really well played. I mean, MIPC had an organized push out of last, and suddenly we saw them block. We saw you guys blocking, although Fragmented didn't have his Uber yet until we realized there was a backcap by Torson.
Yeah, well, pretty much just at that point. I mean, Torson asked if people could block, and our scouts originally said no, but when he got to last and saw that there was nobody on the last point, he was really, really screaming for people to block. So yeah, both the scouts got on it and did a really good job, to be fair. I have absolutely no idea how they stayed alive that long on that little spire area outside on second, but they did. And then I said, well done, scouts, and then Fragmented shouted at me because apparently he did something as well, but I didn't see that.
He hit an arrow on Himsy and killed him. So it was actually decisive, yeah.
Hello?
And you only died 7 times on process. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Probably because I wasn't doing any damage. I was just hiding in a corner, and that's all I was doing the whole game. No, I don't know. Like, it was just a strange game, really. Like, on middles, there was not really that many people to shoot, and because they didn't really go aggressive, I didn't really die that many times on middles, and then the only other times I died was just holding last. It was a pretty... I don't really envy the people that had to watch that game, because to play it felt a bit slow-paced. I have no idea what it was like to watch.
Well, I wouldn't say it was slow-paced, but there was definitely lacking some cohesion in the teams. There were a lot of 1v1 fights and single picks happening instead of big team fights. So yeah, that was one problem overall. I think that single people died, and yeah, that was hard to watch sometimes because there was always something going on, some 1v1 fight, and you don't expect that from higher level games. Why was that? Didn't you guys practice much, or is it just your style of playing to go for picks all the time?
We recently rotated our soldiers, so rotated their roles from aggro to pocket. So I don't know, maybe that had some part in it, and then as well as that, Nookie hasn't really been playing with us. He's only just come in the past couple of days. So yeah, I mean, our flank was a little bit unorganised, but towards the sort of end of that second map, then Winko and Nookie started working together really well. So can't really sort of blame anything for it. It's just a bit of lack of cohesion, and as well as that, Tarson has started main calling instead of me, so it's just a few changes going on.
Okay, and Simon, I expected you to be the man to watch this match, and you did well. You did definitely well, but
he's digging himself out of a hole there.
Are you hurting from the demo change that you don't have a demo at the moment?
Well, I guess a bit, but it's kind of hard to find a good Finnish demo. So if any Finnish demos are listening and want to play for us, come talk to me or Tintu or someone.
Who was supposed to be your demo man?
Tomsy was originally, but he moved to Sweden and he doesn't really have any internet there, so he can't play.
Okay, that's unfortunate. And he won't be able to play this season at all?
Probably not. Or I don't know, but right now it looks like he can't play.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry to hear. It seems TurboTabs is back with us. Do you have any questions left?
No, man, you seem to do a good job of hammering all the nails on the head.
It's so hard alone, believe me.
Well, I do have one question there for both teams. Salmon, where do you predict your team to come in by the end of this league?
It depends. If we get a demo, full-time demo, then I guess we could mid-table, I guess. Maybe third at best.
Third, okay. And that's with the demo man. Where do you think you would come without the demo man?
Maybe fifth or sixth.
Fifth or sixth, okay. Same question for you, Winko. Where do you reckon your team will stand by the end of this league?
Well, I think to be fair, we're gonna be happy with mid-table as well, because we barely scraped the playoffs to D1 anyway. So I think we're gonna be happy with just the mid bracket. Of course, trying to go for the top 3 spot, or like always, but I think we're gonna land on mid bracket. That's the goal.
How about you, Walker? You've been kicking around for such a long time now. You've probably seen it all. Where do you reckon?
For that. No, I don't know. To be fair, it completely depends, because at the moment we're so inconsistent with things. Like, we sometimes have games where everything seems to have slotted into place, and then other times where it seems like we've never played with each other. So I don't know. Difficult to say, but I think anywhere near mid-table would be absolutely great. But there's some fairly strong teams there with some, really, really good players involved, so it's always difficult. Like today, you've got people that are really unpredictable, like Himsy and Salmon, that can just turn the game around. It's the same with pretty much every other team in Div 1 has those kind of players, so it'll be a difficult season.
Alright, well, that's all my questions answered. I'm not sure about you feeling. I'm not sure if the stream chat have any questions left.
My last question would be, we saw a really unusual lock on Badlands, which showed basically exactly the same amount of frags and damage for both teams, but one team won 5-1. What do you think the reason was there?
Winko kept letting me get 2 shot from behind by a scout on middle. Top bloke. It was honestly the fact that middles were fairly poor. I think if you, I don't know though. I can't really say that. So we won sort of our fair few shares of middles, but it seemed like when we did lose a middle, we just got absolutely rolled from there, and it made it really difficult for us. But
yeah, Simon, it seemed like on Ubers your plan was to get point all the time, and you sacrificed a scout. The other scout went on point and stuff. Was it the plan, or did your scout just do it?
Do you mean on Badlands?
Yeah, on Badlands.
Well, the point cap's so fast, it's basically what we do. We try to get the demo and then play the point.
Yeah, it seems like it has decided a lot, considering the
we had
score.
One back cap where they weren't ready for it until it just ran to last and got the point.
Alright. Well, any more questions, Feely? I'm not seeing any.
No, that was my last one.
Okay. Any shout-outs from anybody? Winko?
Yeah, shout out to Animate.
Why bother?
How about you, Walker? Have you got any shout out?
No, usually I'd say something to insult Frag, but he actually did okay today, so I can't really say anything.
And Salmon?
Shout out to Upagamer.eu and MIPC.
How about you, Feeling? You got any shout out?
Shout out to C-Play and my team, as always.
Okay, I guess shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. This has been the week 1 map of ETF2L Season 19, powered by TT eSports, featuring Animate and MIPC. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.